But yeah, we're bringing back The Fisherman. I said on my last video, I said we don't have a lot of good slashers, and I think that's kind of something that's missing in horror. Well, they didn't bring out a new one. They didn't try something new, but we got The Fisherman is back. And I'll tell you, I didn't even remember that was the slasher's name. Where you bring back the original characters, which you talk about the writer of Scream. Like this is Scream scene. I think if you're gonna make a movie like this and kind of reboot it in a way, you're gonna have some really good scenes that kind of hold on to this. Jennifer Love Hewitt looks at this little girl and is like, wait, what did you do last summer? It's like, I'll be like, what? How is that possibly happening again? Does this town just have killer peppers? How many people in this town get ran over and get thrown in the water? Because apparently this is just a thing that happens so much where you gotta ask, oh yeah, what did you do last summer? Because you ran anybody over and threw them in the water. Like I know what goes on here, so possibly I can help you out. Like it's silly. So we're bringing back another slash. Automatically Films, your boy Fighter J here, and I know what you did last summer trailer just dropped last week. Want to talk about this for a while because I have a lot of opinions on the sequel. But yeah, we're bringing back The Fisherman. I said on my last video, I said we don't have a lot of good slash. I'm pretty sure it was my last video. We don't have a lot of good slashers, and I think that's kind of something that's missing in horror. Well, they didn't bring out a new one. They didn't try something new, but we got The Fisherman is back, and I'll tell you, I didn't even remember that was the slasher's name. But yeah, man, new trailer came out. It dropped. We got Madison Klein in there, which she's going to draw some attention. So I think people are going to be in theaters just to see her because she's up and coming. Especially in my opinion, I think she's been really good. Back to the Outer Banks, and obviously she was in that one. Was that one Knives Out movie? Thought she was good in that. And well, she's hell of attractive. So that gets people in theaters. A lot of things to break down here. So first of all, just reacting to this trailer, this man, I hate to say it, this looks as unoriginal as of a reboot. See, I mean, this is almost a reboot, but just bringing back the original characters. Obviously, look at here, Freddie Prinze Jr. is back, Jennifer Love Hewitt is back. Obviously, we've seen them in one and two. There's actually four of these. One that went straight to video, but um, yeah, they actually went like off the hinges. No, this is the fourth one. There's three of these, and one went straight to video. So no one ever saw that one, but everyone saw that sequel, which kind of killed the franchise from before. So you know, know what you did last summer. Basically, a bunch of teenagers go, and that's how the old one went. They go and run over somebody. Think they kill them. They dump them in the water and go about their day. The following summer, started to get messages like, "Hey, I know what you did, and I'm coming back to get all y'all." So it's funny, man. I look at this trailer. Obviously, our killer, he's got a new weapon here. He's got a little arrow that he shoots out, and you see it in the opening scene of the trailer. He's got a little arrow he shoots out and kills people. No one in this world still figures out how to get a gun nor use it, which is funny. I mean, 2025, like, come on, man. Everybody's gonna have a gun. You're not gonna be able just to kill people like this, but whatever. No one still has a gun, and obviously he's back for revenge on these teenagers, and they got to go back to the original cast with Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt, to say, "Hey, this is happening again in the same direction as it happened last time." Same town and all that. I think that is incredibly lazy. If we're gonna reboot something, I want it like at least original or do it like Scream. I mean, Scream is a repeat, but it works a little more better. All it takes is a guy or a girl to get crazy, grab a mask, and repeat these movies, and that's all it takes. For these same sequences, and I know what you did last summer. It takes some teenagers to go run over a guy, almost kill him, throw him in the water, leave out, and then him to survive that and go back and try to kill them in this fashion. The percentage of that is -8. That would never happen. But hell, we got it here. So I want to talk about this a little bit. I know last summer the original, same writer as Scream, if you didn't know, and obviously Scream had a lot of success, so they had a bunch of these, teen slasher movies spit out after that. This was one of them. The original I have not seen in a very long time. I remember it as a kid. I probably have to rewatch it, but I remember it doing well enough to where they made money and they had to put out a sequel. Now the sequel, and I want to hop into this, one of the worst movies of all time. Like not horror movies, one of the worst movies of all time. Like I have to emphasize that. Like as far as horror movies, for me, is probably that and Texas Chainsaw 3D, the one with Trey Songz and what's her name, Alexandra Daddario. It's up there with that of one of the worst horror movies ever. Besides budget, like I'm not counting budget. Obviously, you have $10, you can't make a great horror movie off that. But high budget movies with all the resources, terrible. So I know that if you haven't seen, I don't know what you last number two, you have to see it to believe it. But when I tell you, the worst plot ever, the killer comes back. Kids, some of them go away to college that survived from the first one, and he says, "You know what? I ain't dead yet. I'm coming back to get y'all." And this man goes. He has to do. He has to do all these things. First of all, listen to me. First of all, he has to set up a radio station that people can tune into to hold a contest. All right. He gets them to call in and win this contest. All right. Then he says, "You've won a vacation over to this tropical island, all expenses paid." So they go on this vacation, of course. So he has to pay for all of them to go on this vacation, which costs I don't know how much money, but he has to pay for all of them to go there, resort, all expenses paid. Also, he has to go there to catch them. He has to pay for that as well. He also has to have his son, who in this movie, I guess it can't be his son because we've already seen him. He has to have his son play along and line these victims so he can eventually kill them and also reveal that was his son. And he's like, "Oh, I got you all these years later." It still doesn't kill him, of course. Of course, he gets shot up and dies. Spoiler, whatever. You haven't seen it, don't. But it's a very great bad movie to watch. But he goes through all these things. It's the most ridiculous plot I've ever seen. Obviously, we don't get that here. This looks like it's on the line of the original. I would say, am I excited for this? Not really. I wish they did something different. Obviously, you have the writer of Scream from the original, like bring in some new people and kind of punch this up. I think Madison Klein is definitely coming up. One of the young actors I see. It's also got Tyreek Withers. He's not a main here. I think he's more supporting. But I remember him from Atlanta, and he's in that new movie, him, with the new Jordan Peele kind of football horror. I don't know where it's gonna go. It sure looks crazy. But he's in that, and I do like him, so that gets me excited. Those who I'm excited for, the rest of this cast, I don't really know them that well. Let me see if I wrote. I don't think I wrote anybody else down, but yeah, the rest of this cast I really don't know that well, which is good. I do like movies with new actresses and actors where they can kind of introduce themselves, and I think horror is a good way to kind of make your career and get it jumping from there. And horror is a great genre, obviously. It's one of my favorite. It probably is my favorite in most I watch. So I'm excited for the opportunity of these actresses. I mean, that's a client in a horror movie, maybe being a screen queen. We'll have to see. But I'm excited for the opportunity of these actors and actresses. But this looks as unmotivated as possible. I don't know the budget on this. Obviously, it's going to be better. It's going to hype it up a little bit with the kills and stuff like that. But I mean, I think if you're going to do the same exact thing, like you got to get very creative. Like we have crazy scenes. Like what made the original was the scene between Jennifer Love Hewitt and Helen Sarah Michelle. I'm messing up, but that chase scene that they had is kind of iconic from the first one. And obviously, we see the grave and here of Helen. Obviously, because she did not make it, so we see the grave. But that's like an iconic scene. I think if you're gonna make a movie like this and kind of reboot it in a way, you're gonna have some really good scenes that kind of hold on to this. If you're not doing anything different with the story, you're bringing back the original characters, which you talk about the writer of Scream. Like this is Scream of like, come on, man. Like they would probably look at you like, wait, because like they have it at the end of the trailer where Jennifer, I keep confusing her names. Jennifer Love Hewitt looks at this old girl and is like, wait, what did you do last summer? It's like I would be like, what? How is that possibly happening again? Does this town just have killer? How many people in this town get ran over and get thrown in the water? Because apparently this is just a thing that happens so much where you got to ask, oh yeah, what did you do last summer? Because if you ran anybody over and threw them in the water, like I know what goes on here, so possibly I can help you out. Like it's silly, it's ridiculous, it's silly, and yeah, so they got to pull something out the hat. Please make it a little more realistic. Come on, man. The dude that dies early in the beginning of this movie, I'm like, or in the beginning of this trailer, I'm like, yeah, have a gun. Like, I don't know, have a gun, have something, but y'all should not be dying this easily. That being said, man, it's another horror slasher. It is popping right now. I definitely will go back and watch the first one, maybe do a little retro review, get my thoughts on that one because I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was pretty solid movie. And so much so they did make a second one. So, but I love horror. We'll begin to check this out again. Max Klein's in here. Tyreek Weathers. Like obviously some of the old actresses are back and actors. So I'm looking forward to it. But let me know your thoughts. Are you looking forward to this? Any other good horror movies you're looking out for? Obviously, I just did Weapons, and man, that's a trailer. That gets me excited. This not so much. But yeah, hit down in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you're excited for this, all that good stuff, man. Hit sub, Minor League Films, pretty much at all. Coronal Comments on TikTok. Other than that, Minor League Films, everywhere else. Do all that good stuff. We will catch you next time.